So, when should the topic of money and finances be discussed in the dating phase?
I really wish we could start from the beginning, which is by the time you get the number for the girl, you want to make sure you start talking money at that point in time.
Having this conversation in the early stages of dating would be ideal, but the reality is that not many couples get to this point until some years have passed. Primary consultant for the Financial Coaching Center Limited and certified financial planner Nicholas Dean says, in his view, finances is one of the most important aspects of a marriage.
A lot of people are intimate, but they're intimate physically, but they're not intimate financially. And that's really important. And we talk about marriage here. Marriage is intimacy. And, a lot of times they leave the discussion about money for after the marriage.
Doing this, he says, is one of the first errors that couples make.
You need to bring that out because we come from different backgrounds. Maybe you came from a family of spenders, and maybe I came from a family of savers, or vice versa. How do we bring those two backgrounds to form a new background and, have an open discussion?
Full disclosure of finances and spending habits before, during, and after marriage is essential.
Many people keep finances to themselves, and I think that really does not bode well for a successful marriage, because money is a key part of marriage. So I think full transparency is really important. I think the ideal is to have joint accounts where your salaries go to, your both salaries go to a joint account, and then you pay the household bills from that, and you could even give each other like an allowance every month. And then of course, if you have kids, then you could, fragment that money a little bit further.
Even something as simple as the cost of the wedding needs to be properly ventilated between both parties.
I would say try your best not to borrow when you're getting married. Try your best not to borrow. Try to stay within the realm of the money that you actually have. And that money for your wedding should not be money that you have set aside for emergencies, because you could, right after you have the ceremony, you could have an emergency and how you're dealing with stuff like that.
Mr. Dean says the envelope is pushed while couples are caught up in the euphoria of planning a wedding, but the best advice he can share is for newlyweds to regulate the emotions they're experiencing in the moment, as this may cause their wedded bliss to be marred by debt. I'm Mahalia Joseph-Wharton, keeping tabs on your inner circle.